For this project, we were heavily inspired by what we learned about image classification because overall the concept was super cool and we wanted to learn more about transfer learning. We used the cat versus dog classification dataset from Kaggle, and we also used the given pie chart tutorials and modified it so we could use the Kaggle data. We also used the pandas library in order to get a CSV file which stored our data so we could upload it onto the Kaggle website to get our score. We used 3 models for this project, ResNet 18, ResNet 18 SWSL, which were both pre-trained, and a modified version of DarkNet, which we had to train from scratch.
Now let's look at the results. For accuracy, the best models were the ResNet models, first being ResNet 18 with an accuracy of 0.99985. Following a close second was ResNet 18 SWSL with an accuracy of 0.98791. Then we have DarkNet ran with 30 epochs with an accuracy of 0.94750. And the worst accuracy goes to the DarkNet model ran with 15 epochs with 0.89416. The loss also follows the same pattern. ResNet 18 had the smallest loss at the end with 0.011, then ResNet 18 SWSL with 0.021, then DarkNet ran with 30 epochs with 0.156, and lastly DarkNet ran with 15 epochs of 0.2. Looking at the data, we can see that ResNet 18 was the best model for this dataset, with the highest accuracy and the lowest loss. The reason we believe that the ResNet models did better than the DarkNet models is because the ResNet models were already pre-trained, while the DarkNet model had to be trained from scratch, so it took more epochs to catch up to the ResNet models.
Here are some of the challenges we faced while doing this project. The first issue we ran into was that we had to use the Kaggle API to bring in the Kaggle data. This required the use of a custom data loader, since the data from Kaggle follows a different format than the data we've been using in class. The second issue we ran into was figuring out how to calculate the accuracy of our model, since the accuracy function provided in the tutorials were made for testing data that had corresponding labels. Our data did not have labels, and the only way to get them scored was to upload them to the Kaggle website. Due to the time constraint we had, we weren't able to do everything we wanted with this project. If we had more time, here are some of the things that we would have done. First, we would have liked to train the DarkNet model for more time. With adjusted learning rate schedules, we believe that DarkNet has the ability to perform better if given more time. We also would have loved to use other pre-trained models like EfficientNet. And lastly, we would have loved to use transfer learning on DarkNet by pre-training it with ImageNet data and then adapting it to our model. That's it for this short overview of our project. For more detailed information and for the code we used in this project, please visit our website.